Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen hier zu einer weiteren Folge des ChromieCasts. Und auch heute ist wieder Laser TV dabei. Auch heute wird der ChromieCast wieder in Englisch sein und auch die nächsten Folgen wird er dauerhaft in Englisch sein, weil wir das Ganze jetzt öfters machen werden. Deswegen, hello Laced.
Hello.
So yeah, we don't talk about it on the last time because after our last podcast episode or the last episode, we talked a little bit about the feedback that the people liked what we talked, and we thought, yeah, maybe it's cool to do this more often. And yeah, we talked that we maybe all 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, do this ChromieCast together. Thanks.
Yeah, if people don't get tired of me, I'm completely up for it.
Oh no, I don't think. The feedback was really, really great.
Yeah, it really was. It was nice to see, especially with a German community. When you speak English and
Yeah.
somebody doesn't like to listen to English, I guess. That was really nice, positive.
Yeah, of
But your
course.
community in general is very positive, so yeah.
Ooh, that's only my bubble. No. We turn less into the German. Please, please, yes. We have to do this. No, the most feedback I get on my Discord channel, and I think 20, 25, 30 people really, really likes our idea, what we talk about, and things like that. So, yeah, let's continue this. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I love talking about the game and data mining and leaks and well, not so much leaks, but it's still very interesting. I generally don't like leaks that much.
Yeah, leaks are bad.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
have to deal with the leaks, and when leaks come out, we have to do content. That's the problem.
yeah.
I would love a world without leaks and without PDR. I think I would love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would really love
But
the game without the PTR because, I mean, like we talked about last time, they've
yeah,
gotten a lot better to like encrypt stuff, like
yeah.
the
Also,
cinematics, cutscenes, whatever. So
we have only one leak. So when we took out the last one with the 4 pictures, yes, of course, there maybe it's a leak, maybe not, but it's not a true leak like the Storm Raider mount what we have. That's a real, real, real leak. The last one on Dragonflight was about the cinematic pictures and the cover from Dragonflight, yes. And when we look at this, I think they get a bunch better. So we have maybe a Cataclysm Classic, we have maybe a Classic Plus, we have a new expansion, we have a bigger team than ever. So I think we are now at 1,300 people at WoW, and no leaks. And also the merge from ABK to Microsoft. That's also a thing. So more people get involved to things, and we have no leaks so much. So I
I'm
think they
very
get
surprised
really good. Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm very surprised we don't have leaks. Usually we have way more leaks, but
Yeah.
the one that we got the other day, the 4 pictures, is very good. It's probably the best leak we've had if it's fake.
Yeah.
Like it's very Blizz-like.
Yeah.
The compositing in the pictures are very good.
Yeah.
Like I talked with some of my friends, like it does look a bit busy. Like compositing, like the shot is made for this reason, which it can be because it is to show the zone, so maybe that's why. But it does
Mm.
look like it's a bit busy. Like there's so much happening in the shots, like so many characters. Yeah, it's interesting because some people say that the ground texture looks like it's not Blizz-like, that it looks a bit low quality. Um,
Yeah.
w- I mean, sure, but it's not the worst thing. I mean, if you actually go into the game and you look at the textures, kind of look low quality as well. It is just you don't notice it because you always play scrolled out. You don't always go down to the
Yes,
ground and
yes,
look at
yes,
the ground textures and stuff like that. But if it's fake, I really want to know who made it because it's
yes,
so good. I mean, it's not AI that we can agree
yes,
upon.
yes, yes. That's not.
Because yeah, it has to be somebody who who placed every single model, every single object into the shot.
Mhm.
So maybe Blender, maybe it is actually real. eh, I don't know. Like you also have um, uh, places like Epsilon, which is like a private
Yes,
server where they
yes, yes.
build a lot of stuff. But this doesn't look like that because it looks more, the lighting doesn't look. It looks more dragonflight, like with
Yep.
the fog and everything. Um,
Yeah, also from the first picture on top, yeah, that's really, really like Dragonlight. When you look at the light, and when you look at the skybox, this is really, really good.
yeah, I mean, the skybox, it wouldn't even be too hard to to create and
Yeah, but with
have
the
the effect
light,
and
I
stuff.
think,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
When
the
you
lighting.
do,
You mean the rays, right?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true, but it's very interesting. I mean, we had somebody on Twitter who that tweet that I sent you that
Yeah.
went through every single object and talked about, oh, this is from this is from that. But again, I mean, people gotta remember that if when you look in patch 10.2 with the Emerald Dream, like honestly, I think 90%, 90%, it's like just reused
Yes, of course,
assets.
of course.
So I wouldn't even be surprised if they did the same thing for the next expansion. But yeah, if it's
Yeah. Also,
fake, it's
although
very
when
cool.
we look, we have now a first build of the PTR from 10.25. We have a new set of speed coming content, and then a new expansion is made directly also. So I think reuse models, reuse assets is the way to go. They have to work with this because they don't grow up the team so much, so they have to use stuff like that. Also, when I look to the into the tweet what you sent me about the fourth picture with the thing what they also showed at the for the BlizzCon prepare. Yeah, the large, I don't know the word in English.
Dinosaur.
No, no, the Titan with a
Uh,
glow on top. I don't know the word in English. They
oh, you mean
showed,
the pillar
yeah,
or?
the pillar. Yes, 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 the pillar. And they showed the pillar on the picture for the BlizzCon. Yeah, and in the tweet, the pillar they said it's from Tier Hold, but Tier Hold is a complete different pillar. And also, what we thought first, it's from the Timeless Cavern in BlizzCon area.
Hmm.
I looked at everything what was from the Bronze Flight, and they have similar pillars, but not this. And in the picture, this is complete this pillar what they use on the BlizzCon because they are small. Yes, what they make the color blue. Small lines at the bottom.
Hmm.
Yeah, and on the picture, it is blue. So I think this is a different one.
Yeah, I mean, adding if somebody is this good at
Yeah, yeah. Then he can add it. Yes, of course.
yeah, because it's not I mean, it's not too hard to, to change the hue of the textures in the game. That's why I never know why Blizzard doesn't allow us to have, like other games where you have a hue where you can just change the color on armor sets and stuff like that because
Yeah.
that it is possible. It's not even too hard, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those leaks where I'm very confused because usually you can tell if a leak is, you know,
True. Yeah.
fake or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fun thing is, for example, if we take this with the 4 pictures, that means that the leak with the Snapchat, that
Yes.
that one also might be true, even though the background is the picture from
Dragonflight.
from this from Dragonflight that Blizzard released. You know those
Yes. Yeah, but
yeah
Mosten, they copy. Yeah, they copy their old reveal site from like Dragonflight and just change the assets because
yeah
that's the easy way to work. And when you don't have a really, really great shot from the new expansion, then you took the old one as a use it again to show first, yeah, and then is there some old stuff, but that's not a thing that you can tell that this is fake.
No, it's very hard to say. I mean, when we had the Dragonflight cinematic leak,
Yeah,
people were, "Oh, this cannot be true because the picture is
yeah,
this is not Blizz-like. This
yeah,
picture, oh no, this is 100% AI," and and it
yeah.
turned out to be real.
Of
It's
course,
when people don't want to believe something, they just make stuff up like, "Oh, the background looks like this. Oh, the sky looks, a bit off. Oh, this is definitely not Blizz-like." And
yeah,
people make stuff up. I mean, it can be fake, maybe it is, but it's a really good fake. And I
yeah.
think, you know, people are trying to discredit how good it is
Mm.
by, oh, this model we already have in the game file, so it cannot be real. Why would they reuse assets? But come on, like even in Dragonflight, we have, reused assets. Sorry, from Shadowlands to Dragonflight, we have reused
Yeah.
assets. Like Emerald Dream, it's literally Ardenweal, some of the assets, and Onaharan Plains. I don't know if it's the same in German. The name,
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
zone
yes. Yes,
where
yes.
the green dragonflight is. So I think it's normal that they are,
Yeah, of course. Why not?
reusing assets. Even if this is fake, it's still very, very, very
Yes.
normal that
It's
they.
a and also it's a very good fake. So I think this is when it's a fake, it's the best fake I ever saw. Really.
Yeah,
Because it's really accurate good. And
yeah.
I think it's just the four pictures are true, and maybe the text, there is also a text, yeah, who tells a few specs go into supporter class. That's especially, I think that's not true, yeah, because Blizz say they don't took specs what we have right now and put them into supporter. I don't think that will be happen. But there stand another thing about a harbor, a Silver Moon harbor and a Stormwind harbor. And I think in the Dragonflight Alpha, I think the first builds, um, I think it was in the first builds. I think Keyboard Turn found, or Steven found a harbor in the datas, and that's really interesting. I think keyboard or
I don't
Steven was
remember.
it? There was some datas who hints to a harbor. I don't really remember that good about
I
that.
don't remember. I mean, yeah, I don't. Sorry, uh, I don't remember. I really don't. It doesn't like ring a bell or anything. With a harbor,
Yeah, it was
maybe.
was a small thing when and first we thought that it was a harbor at Ogrima, because they changed a lot at the tower from the air carrier.
Somebody is saying Gilneas Harbor.
Yes, 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 but it was Gilneas and Orgrimmar, and then it switched to Stormwind and Orgrimmar, and then nothing more. I think Kiboton tweets about that. I don't know. I don't remember really good. But after that, we have the ships you also show in your videos,
Yeah.
and they are really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean a lot of assets. Like we even have some assets for walls, like castle walls and stuff like that. Some of them don't even have textures on them, so it's just white. It's
Yeah.
also new, like newish. It's not patched 10.2. I think it was. I think it was in Dragonflight, but it might have been in Shadowlands. I don't recall 100%. But those walls have not been used yet. So again, it's for something. Maybe for the world revamp that we talked about last time.
Yeah.
That is happening, and again, like that's where the reused assets are gonna come in place, because they're definitely not gonna make new assets to revamp the world. It's gonna be assets that they have in Shadowlands or
Hmm.
Dragonflight, and now in the next expansion as well. So they are definitely gonna reuse assets like
Yes, yes, yes.
foliage, trees, flowers, bushes, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think? I don't know. It is how hard it is technically. I only remember that Iron said he was questioned if it possible to put Silvermoon, Ghostlands, and Eversong Forest. I think it's English name, Eversong Forest. Yes. How hard would it be to put it on the classic, on the normal servers? Because Ian said in don't remember which interview it was. I think Bellola. He talks about Peach. I mean Peach. That it spent a whole expansion to put that on the server. What do you think?
What you mean to
Im-
revamp?
yeah, or port them to the other server, that you don't have a load screen, then that you can make fly happen there, and
I mean,
everything else.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my webcam. I'm really looking like somebody who's belonging in Shadowlands. How white my webcam is.
So
But anyways,
we have to buy your tickets for a sunbank. I think
yeah,
it's
it's
in
like I
English.
never. Apparently, I never go outside my house, so I'm completely, pale. Silver Moon, eh, I think we talked about it last time, but Silver Moon is not, it's just, uh, it's just like a small thin texture for the walls.
Yeah,
It's not an actual wall, so they
yeah.
have to remake the entire city for us to be able
But
to
yeah.
fly
From the
there.
model. But is there a technical problem to
No,
port the whole system to another server?
I don't know what you mean with
Because
another
it's
server. Like,
how I know it is that when you go into the Ghostlands through the loading screen, you are basically
ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
Burning Crusade,
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah, you
Outlands.
are on the Outlands
Yes,
map. That's
I know,
correct.
because when you fly on Netherstorm on the right position, you get into Ghostlands.
Yeah.
That's a really heavy
I
flight.
mean, they would have to, to make the world on Azeroth,
Yeah,
north of what is it called? The zone, like just
well done
south
us.
from. Yeah, yeah. They would have to make it. So yeah, it would take time, but this, they could probably do it. And honestly, they could probably do it. But again, have you seen those memes? People always tell devs, "Oh, it's so easy," and the devs are
Yeah,
like, "No, it's not easy."
yeah. Okay.
Um, so maybe it's easy. I don't even want to say if it's easy or not. To me, it seems very easy, because they have to, they have to. What is it called? They have to, you know, it's a mold is not the correct word. They have to like design. Is it design? I don't know. Like they have to make the world,
Yeah.
and just, or maybe they can just take everything they have on that map, on the outline map, and just cut it out or whatever. Because how the map is made up of, it's like tiles.
Yeah.
So every map, it's made up of tiles. If you go into like WoW Edit or whatever it's called, where you can export stuff to Blender, you will see that the map is made up of tiles, like
Hmm.
small tiles. So it could perhaps just copy it over, like copy paste.
But they have
I don't.
also to deal because when they do the way and put Silvermoon and everything to the normal server, I think we will see it. We write about it. You said to me that you don't saw it the last month. I think Science Dragonflight. You know the old Quel'Danas, yeah, on the classic server where you can go with mage tricks, I think. You
Yeah,
can
through the
go
wall.
through the wall, and I think every build we was there. It's a funny place for me and my community, and we spend a lot of time there, yeah. And they changed a lot of things about the mystical wall there, because 2 builds there was no wall, really no. You can't. I was able to fly from the Scarlet Monastery to Quel'Danas without any wall. This was really nice.
That's interesting, yeah.
But then I was in the old Ghostlands, and when you go through to the portal from Ghostlands to Blacklands, there was against the wall. One build later, there was again a wall between Tirisfal and Quel'Danas, but there was on a different place than before.
Mm.
And then I don't know who, but on the data mining Discord, showed some logs about the walls in, I don't know what this what this place name is in English. The zone on the right of Eastern kingdoms, what comes in Cataclysm. Where the
Gel or
where the dwarfs wore the dragon maul,
Patrol?
maybe where you
That's
have
a dungeon.
no, not the dungeon, the whole zone. It's behind Loch Modan, Shadow Highland. Yes, Shadow Highland. Sorry, in Shadow Highland they also changed the walls, the flight walls through the north. They make them a lot more far, so you can go a lot longer on the sea till you have the wall.
Is this only on Classic or is it also on
No,
retail?
that's on retail. That's on retail.
Oh, it's in retail.
Yes, that's in retail. That's why I think that they work on bringing Silver Moon and the Ghostlands on the classic server, on the normal server, not classic server, on the normal Eastern Kingdom server. That they revamp it, maybe.
Yeah, I remember you told me last time, but I hadn't checked. I forgot about it. But yeah, it sounds very interesting what it could be. I mean, it would make sense with the with if they add the so we don't have a loading screen between the 2 zones. That would be good. It's not necessary, but it would be pretty cool. So we don't have a loading screen. I don't know what
I hope
they could do. I have to check it. I have to check it. Like, yeah, you have to remind me, and I have to check it what it could be, because I haven't seen anybody mention it. The first time I heard from it, it was it was from you actually. So
I will show it. I think I have saved a picture from this, because after that we went again to Quel'Danas and have a look, and then we thought, because normally I turn off my game when I stream it and just show my pretty face, that nobody sees where I can get to Quel'Danas, because it's not really allowed.
because if I check, let me just check. When was this, you said? It was
I think right now 4 months ago.
Okay, then we don't have the maps and the WoW tools.
But I think I saved. I look after I look at the weekend. I saved a picture about it.
I mean, if it's there, if you can fly from from one zone, like without the loading screen, the map should be there. Like, because if you look, let me just send it. I'm not even sure how can I send it to you. Let me just see.
Oh, Discord, normal.
Like if you look on WoW tools, the map, like, but this is like from 10.0.2.
Yeah.
Long time ago, but there should be a map in the game files. If you can fly from zone to the Ghostlands, whatever, without a loading screen, it should be on the map.
Yes,
I,
of
I,
course,
I
of
think
course,
so.
it should be. Of course,
So
but I think is it possible that they work on it and we how I could told that that they only changed or that they prepare the flight walls that you don't where you're going through that we don't see the map changes. I think they want to hide that.
but you were saying if I understood correctly, so you could fly from uh, one of the zones up to Silver Moon without any
No,
loading
no, I
screen,
don't was in
or
Silver Moon. I was in Quel'Danas, yeah, the old Quel'Danas,
ah,
with the violet strange thing, the where we don't allow to be.
you mean where the raid is, right?
No, 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 not where the raid is. The old in classic, in original.
You mean vanilla? Now I'm a
No,
bit
no.
confused.
When you look at the map, yeah, what you sent me right now from these kingdoms, you see on top,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
north of Naxxramas is a small one building, and normally that is not a place. Yeah, you can go there when you blink through the wall, but in Tubilt there was no wall, and I was able to fly there. Not the
Oh,
actually Quel'Danas or Silvermoon. I was in the old zones, yeah? I
mm,
saw the really early Ghostlands. Yeah, that's stuff that we can see like 18 years. But normally there is a wall and you cannot fly directly there. But two builds we was able to fly directly without a wall and something like that. And I think that is that they work on it.
yeah, yeah. The chat is saying something. I'm just trying to read what they're saying. Uh,
Yeah, maybe the tag they use in Zeralex, the new loading, maybe they prepare something like that there.
yeah, because like Fabian is saying, like, that there is a loading screen between in Dragonflight when you fly down
Yes,
to
yes,
to,
yes.
to the Zerek caverns. It is a loading screen in itself when you fly that long way. You just don't notice it because you're flying,
Oh,
and
sometimes you see because sometimes there are rocks, and you
oh,
fly through the rocks and cannot go into the Zerek caverns. When you
yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah.
really bad problem with your with a big lag or something like that, then you hit the stone and yeah. And also on 10.17 on the Forbidden Isel, I think Forbidden Isle
Yeah,
is the name,
Forbidden
yeah.
Reach.
The cavern, the
Yeah,
feature, there's the same technique, yeah. But you see a small loading screen, like a little black, and then you are in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe they're doing something like that. Uh, but then so you don't notice this the loading between the two zones,
Yes.
because I don't know if it would make sense for them to copy it over. Maybe it will cause lag. Maybe it will cause something else. Um,
Mm.
who knows? So maybe they're doing something like, like in the Zerala caverns, where you have some, like, a fake loading screen of some sort. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I had no clue. Like, I did
I
not
will
know.
show you a picture. I think I have a picture from WoW Datas about they changed something at this walls on Shadow Highland, on Arati zone, on Tirisfal, on a different zone. I think it was 4 zones in the Eastern Kingdoms they changed
That's very
about
interesting.
that. I will show you after today on the weekend. I think I have I know where to search for it.
It's hard for me to speak about because I haven't seen it. So it's like,
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and
I have no idea. It could be something like the Zarella Cavern, or
yeah.
maybe it's just a bug.
Yeah, first,
I,
first I thought it was because they tried to bring Dragonflight to the old zones. Yeah, we know they try. We know they want to do this, and we know about the anti-cheat function they install. I think with a demon hunter when the demon hunter come. So when you have the double push forward, then maybe you make it too fast on some assets, you crash the game, and the game pull you out of the game. With
Mhm.
Dragonflight, we have also the anti-cheat. Yeah, first I think in the alpha it was really really hard when you use the forward push on your dragon. A lot of times we have a disconnect because this was a I think Ian told this. This is the anti-cheat function that we know don't get into the world or something like that, and they have to adjust it. And I think in the beta it was a lot better. And I saw first they do this on the Eastern kingdoms to adjust that for dragon riding. But yeah, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I think we will know it in 1 week. I hope so.
Yeah, we'll definitely know more. Maybe they are prepping for something for the expansion, but then again, if it's the other side of Azeroth, then probably not.
Yeah.
But what if they're prepping for dragon riding and 11 point,
Mm,
in the next expansion, so we can actually dragon ride on Azeroth, and
I think
so
so.
maybe that would like yeah, feel bad if you had a wall, and you had to go on a loading screen, or
Mm.
yeah, who knows? Like it's very hard to say, because it could be so many different things why they're doing it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Maybe it's causing something and they want to fix it. Maybe they didn't have time to fix it before. Now they are fixing something.
Mm.
It can be so many different things that it's so
Yeah,
hard
of
to say.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, because they do a lot of old things right now, or the last months, and fixing bugs, fixing stuff that was in game for years. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe I hope so.
I really wonder sometimes, like when they go back and fix very, very old stuff, if it's just somebody who, who's very passionate about it, like a
Yeah.
developer or, somebody else who's like, during his lunch or after work, they are like, oh, I remember there was a bug here or,
Yeah.
something else. Um, and they just fix it. Because with the pet battles, that was a passion
Yeah.
project. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
you know, it's very cool that something like that's a huge feature in the game was made due to a passion project. Now we
Hmm.
just need somebody to do a passion project with housing, player housing,
Phew.
and it,
Yeah.
it will be very, very good.
That would be cool, but it's so a hard thing. So hard.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
we need the revamp first, and then we can talk about housing. But
Yeah,
before,
the fun thing when I posted my stuff on Twitter, or X as it's called these days, with with the new models, with the ships,
yes,
with the yeah, housing would be probably difficult, but
yeah,
hopefully someday
I
they
hope
make it.
so. The next expansion bring us the ships, and the ships are our new dragon ride because I think we can customize our ship. We
I would
can
love that.
use it as a garrison, something like that. That was an amazing feature. Put the garrison and the dragon mounts, the dragonflight mount, dragon ride mounts, together on a ship. I would love it. That was
Yeah,
a oh, that
yeah,
would
like
be
somebody is
nice.
saying, the housing dream will never die. It
No,
will
no,
never
no,
die.
no.
It will always be
Yes.
there. It's because so many other MMORPGs have it. Like I think every single MMORPG has it except for World of Warcraft, which is a shame. But I would love with ships or something like that. I'm not sure if you've seen in Elder Scrolls online. They have a
Yeah.
housing ship where you can customize your own ship,
Yeah.
which is really, really cool. And maybe
Yeah.
that could be a very good start, because then they have a ship. Well, the players have a ship, and then, excuse me, then we can just customize the inside and outside. That would be really cool. I just doubt it. I just doubt it. Like, I feel like ships would be even more difficult than giving us a plot like the Garrisons.
Yes.
The Garrisons could have been so much more, and we were promised so much more. They were even in the game files, like the different zones you could have garrisons at. You were able to, we were able to have trophies in the current garrisons as well. But they plan to have stuff on the walls we could customize, and so many good cool stuff. So I think Garrisons is a very good start for housing, but it's just not anything, people are not satisfied with it because it's not too customizable.
But I don't understand why they took this feature like Garrison and then expand with every expansion. So you took the Garrison we have in Warlords of Draenor. So that's the start. Next expansion, we took this Garrison, make in what was after that in Legion. So maybe we get a house in Dalaran, and then expand the features of it. Yeah, we have with the herbalism, with the mine, and then we get trophies. On the next expansion, they put another feature into it. And in a few expansions, you have a really great housing. That would be perfect.
Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm not used to streaming, so it's like I'm reading and just pausing. But I think with the Garrisons, I think they were very scared to continue it because so many people were so negative about it. Because it was done very badly. Like you were literally just sitting in your garrison. You could send your troops on a mission and get raid gear and stuff like that. But I think that I always wish that expansion would come out now. I think it would have been very, very, very good. The raids in Warlords were really good.
The best.
It was really good. And the same with the story. I think the story was really good as well. I mean, especially in Nagrand, you had some really good stories.
With the Ogre, the Ogres, this was perfect. And also the raids. I think that's the first, my top 3 raids are all Warlords of Draenor raids because it was really perfect. Do you ever go, or sometimes for all the English-speaking people here, go into the Blackrock Foundry to Hansgar and Franzok and to take your settings to German? Because they have a special dialect in German.
Oh.
They added it. It's just for German. That's so cool. Really. Because the name Hansgar Franzok, it's from South German, Bavaria, Austria. And you will laugh. Even we German don't know what they're talking, because they have the dialect. As a normal German, I said this, as a normal German, you cannot understand what they're talking about. And that's crazy. They make so a good job. Also like the Kultiren. The Kultiren in German have a not German dialect. So many good things they do. Just and also in Warlords of Draenor, they make really a lot of great things. But do this, really.
Sorry,
this.
I'm reading again. Like when I go quiet, it's because I'm reading this.
No, everything good.
Yeah, it's very interesting actually, and I haven't been in that raid ever since Warlords of Draenor actually,
really?
Because I got the mount from, I think it was the mount from the last boss there, right?
Yeah.
The big
the
mount.
Grollhoof.
It's really, I got it during a Warlords of Draenor, I think.
It
doesn't matter, but I think I got it. Yeah, it was really good, the raids. I love the raids in Warlords of Draenor. Especially, it was really fun with the trains. That boss with the trains, it was really fun. Especially when they disallowed the add-on, because at the beginning the add-on worked, where you could see where the trains came from.
Yeah.
And then later on, they kind of disallowed it, which was really good.
This we have in the future again with Private Week Iron. Yeah, that's really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Yes.
I've seen people on Twitter are like, "Oh, but it's necessary to have
Yeah.
weak auras or add-ons to play," but it's really not. I don't play with it. Like literally, I don't play with deadly boss mod when I'm in the raid. I raid heroic. I don't raid mythic, but still, it is very doable to raid. Like the boss does something, you can see, okay, the boss is about to swing. I move. You see a puddle below you. You know, weak aura is not going to help you. You know. I don't know. It's to
Yeah,
me. I
maybe
hope.
you have a little bit of DPS loss. Maybe. But when you
Yeah, but
rate heroic and also when you not rate world first, it's not necessary to lose a little bit of DPS to have a look where you have to go. So when you're a good player and you play in Mythic, you can't play Mythic without Vigor. Of course, it's a DPS loss, and maybe it's harder without, but it's serious. You can, of course.
it is possible. I mean, let's be honest. Like, look at Final Fantasy.
Mm,
They don't allow. Well, they people do use add-ons, but generally they're not allowed at all.
mm.
Um, it is possible. I hope Blizzard, makes more and more auras private
Yeah.
because it's just better for the game. I
Yes, of
don't think
course.
add-ons should be necessary to play the game. It's Imagine if you introduce a new player to the game and you're like, oh, okay, you download the game, you download these 50 add-ons because without them you cannot play. So you need Deadly Boss mod, you need DPS meter, you need 100 other add-ons. I mean, it's just not a
Mm.
good experience.
No,
For
really,
example,
yeah.
I don't even use UI add-ons. In the past I used Alv UI, but now I just use the standard
Yeah, I'm too.
Blizzard UI because it's very, very good.
Yes, of
uh,
course.
so I think it's healthy for the game. The more, maybe they shouldn't disallow add-ons because there is such a good community with it. But I think
Yeah, I would love to use add-ons because a few add-ons are really great. Yeah, we have some cool stuff to make pictures. Yeah, or have a look into models in game. That's really cool. Certainly for me as a content creator, it's really great. Some things like that, or just for the RP community, yeah, to put a story onto your character, something like that. It's also really cool. But yeah, we have a lot of new player coming into my chat and told me, "Hey, I started playing World of Warcraft. What of add-ons I have to download?" I said, "No, nothing. Just play." And
yeah,
when you think, "Oh, you like that," then look at it and download it. But you don't need to.
World of Warcraft. I think we talked about it a bit last time. I don't think World of Warcraft is too new player friendly
Yeah,
right now as it
yeah.
used to be.
It's hard.
Um, Also, somebody on Twitter today made a comment on something I wrote, and they said like, "Oh, but I need Renown." I don't remember what Renown, but they didn't have Renown for the tier quest line. Like stuff like that shouldn't be in the game. Why are you required to, grind Renown to be able to play a tier side quest, which is one of the
Yeah.
best side quests in Dragonflight, in my
Yes, yes,
opinion.
yes, yes.
Um, and that they should remove that because somebody new, let's say somebody in your community, because you have a lot of new players, they join the game and you tell them, oh, listen, there's a really cool quest
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with tier, and in 10.2, oh my god, it's going to be so good, but sorry, you can't play it. You need renown level, I don't know,
Yeah. Yes,
16 or whatever.
especially when you start right now. When you start right now with 10.2 because they make it worse to the thing and yeah, oh yes, looks cool. I want to go into 10.2 and yes, then you have to make the first campaign. I really love the first campaign, but as a new player right now, oh, you got a big hammer on your head because it's so much. The first zones campaign, then the campaign after that, the Renown campaigns with Usera, with Tyr, with and then you have this and this and this. You have so much stuff when you start right now. And this is a really bad thing.
When I talked with Saren in my interview, I actually asked him about the renown, why they had story locked behind renown.
Yeah.
and I think he said it was a mistake. They tried something, it didn't work, but I think they should remove it now because
Yes.
it's not, it doesn't help anybody that
No.
stuff like that is locked behind Renown. We recently made a video on Valular's channel. I think it's out, where he talks about. I think only 3% of people have, finished the green dragon riding, not dragon riding, the dragon's quest line in Oharan Plains because it's locked behind Renown. So only about 3% or 4% of the player base have completed it. And it's very important to complete because it leads into patch 10.2 as well,
Yes, yes, yes,
to have
yes.
the backstory. So they
And
definitely, should
it also
remove the renown at
the
least.
other big thing, also when you have the renown right now, okay, you make a new character, and right now, and you have now the renown, you don't see the quest. Really, you don't see it.
Mm.
You don't
That is,
see the quest. Also, the tier quest. There is, yeah, it because you only see the actual campaign about the Derelict Caverns because now it's the first chapter of Emerald Dream campaign, and you don't see the other campaign because you have a lot of big question mark or yeah, there what you leads to some quests, but there's so many they're not showing. Hey, this quest here leads you into 10.2, and that's a big problem. That's really, really, really a big problem.
I think they need to focus a bit more on new players as well.
Yeah.
It's very hard for new players to start playing the game. I mean, you would know better than I do because you have so many, new people who play the game. I don't know anybody new that plays it, but it would be cool. Like, you can talk with your community about it. Like, what would they see change? I mean, it's something you can always send, to the community manager, and she can talk to the devs about it because I feel like, I don't know. It's just something I feel that the new player experience is just not good enough, like
Yes, of course.
in the game. And yeah, it's a shame, I feel.
I had the special moment because we talk about stuff like that um, with devs or community manager. The last time we really talked in depth was when the Bane campaign comes out, because the dev who made this campaign wrote me. He was on my stream as a complete English speaking dev, and he was on my stream and just want to see my reactions in my face when I play this quest. And after that, he wrote me directly on X, on Twitter, and asked me how it was, because he said to me, I looked the last 2 hours of your stream, and it was crazy. You play my quest, and it was cool. And then we talked really in depth about it, because there was a lot of problems with the German translation, and he doesn't know it because he just know the English original one. And it was a really, really, really good talk I had with him. And then they talked. He told me he talked with the narrative team, because that some words, means a complete different thing in German.
Yeah, my friend have sent me a few times the German translation from English to German,
Yes, it's
and he always laughs about it
yeah,
because
it's
sometimes
hard.
they're too funny.
Yeah,
The translations from, it's like they went into Google, Google Translate,
sometimes.
and
Yeah,
just translated it instead of
sometimes
having
yes.
somebody who you know who can translate it proper. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
and also the what is next screen, yeah, from the last patch, 10.17, is in English right now in German. On our German client, we have English. They don't
It's so
translate
weird.
it.
It's
That's
very
really
strange.
hard. That's really hard.
That
So
is very strange.
yeah,
I
I talk
mean,
with
yeah, I
them.
don't know. Uh, I'm just reading again. That's
That's
why.
not a problem. But yeah, they have to improve something like that. Also, I made a big discussion with my community, and then I took it into the English and into the US forum. Maybe you like this idea about archive in game. We have Wiki, we have really a ton of stuff about NPCs, about character, about the history about Ysera, about a lot of NPCs. When you have something like that in the game, maybe you open the dungeon journal and you have there an archive, you click on it, and you have on top a searching tool. You can tip into it Turalion. And then you get something like the WoW Wiki. Important stuff, important information about this character, about this NPC. Maybe quests, what mentioned him was really important. Like when you tip into it, Ysera, then you get the last quest, what we talked about right now. Some archive like that would help a lot of new players, because we all players can tell, yeah, use this archive. Yeah, there you can look at Ysera. Ysera is the main thing about that, and there you find everything. And then this archive leads you to this quest or to important information in shortnet. Maybe they don't have to play this quest because there is a bit in small information what happens there in the quest, so
I
that
think that would be a
everybody
really good
can
idea.
catch up.
I
That
think Elder Scrolls Online has something similar to
really
that. Maybe
okay.
somebody in chat knows, but I think Elder Scrolls Online does have something similar to that, because
Okay.
the lore in Elder Scrolls, like it's massive. You know, I think it's really good because it is probably very confusing for new players when they they jump into a Dragonflight.
Mm,
Who is who? We don't really have you know a real backstory about Ysera, or even Rathian, or
yeah.
now with the Abyssian, and we don't have much backstory in Dragonflight about these characters. So
Mm,
so either players have to go on YouTube, Google, Wikipedia to actually read through it to see, oh, this is where this character comes from, because Ysera, she has a huge story.
yes, this
It's the
is.
same with the Naltarian. Like, all of these characters have so good lore behind them that people just don't know about. But for example, in your podcast, I don't watch it because it's in German, where you speak about lore. I guess you educate a lot of people about the lore,
Oh, I
correct? Like,
think we make more chaos into the people, but yes, maybe. Maybe.
because it is massive, the lore in the game.
Yes.
This is also, I hope one day we get a movie, a TV series, a
Yeah.
cartoon,
But also,
something about the lore. Like, it's so good. Like, I know a lot of people hate the movie World of Warcraft, the
yeah,
Warcraft movie. I loved it. I've
it
watched
is
this
my
so
favorite
many
movie.
times. I watched it so many times. I love it.
I
Like,
was in
so
the
good.
midnight first reveal of the movie, and here in Nuremberg, where I live, and we have an orc and a human knight there, yeah, in completely cosplay from the WoW partner Discord, yeah. I know after now, and it was so amazing to see, because the last time I get so many WoW players was, I think, Wrath of the Lich King reveal, when we were at the GameStop shop at midnight for getting our copy, and after that it was only online reveal. Yeah, so you bought it and you can go into the game at midnight, and yeah, it is really a nice thing about the lore. And also, when we use archive like that, you can, I see it in the chat right now, you can put there every book. What also
Mm.
really nice would be for new players, and also things like, right now we have a really big gap in the lore when you look at Alexstrasza, Ysera, and Viranov, because
Mm.
Alexstrasza and Ysera in game don't talk each other. Yeah, Alexstrasza knows her sister is dead, but she lives like quite a half year again, and they don't talk. There is nothing in the game. That's really heavy. And also Viranov, the last video you get, she told Alex Fraser, I will kill you, I will kill everything because what you did with our ex. And the next video, yes, okay, it's fine, let's group up. What?
Yeah, they're
What?
meeting like best friends in
What the
Oribos.
fuck?
It's like, yeah, I'm here. Like,
That's really hard.
I think something was cut. I
Yes,
really
yes.
think something in the game was cut.
Of
I don't think this
course.
was intended. There is something, a storyline, a
Yeah.
patch, something that was cut
Yes.
between those two things because it's so weird. Like you say, she walks away from her in one of
Yeah.
the cutscenes, and all of a sudden she's just, hey, I'm back, and Oribo's like, hey, can we be
Yeah.
best friends now? And, you know, everything
And
is
now
okay. And
in 10.2, they're really best friends because
yeah,
they
they're really
hold
good friends.
the whole army together. That's really hard because I think also they cut something, and it's not it's normal that they cut a lot of stuff. Or not a lot of stuff, but in every expansion, they cut a bit. But when you
Yeah, but
have when you have archive, you can just write a short story. That's not a big of development. You can just write, oh, okay, Alex Strasser talks with Viranov about things like that, these days, and now you have it.
Yeah, because like somebody in your chat, one of your mods said, like, it is like, are we missing the middle part, like between those two events? Because we are 100% missing something. So yeah, I think like a short story, Christy Golden could write it or somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be really good, like because we are definitely missing something. That's also why people are not too attached to the characters, I feel, in Dragonflight. Like Rezagat, like we spoke about last time.
Yeah.
When we saw Rezagat for the first time, it was like, oh my god, cool dragon. And then we just killed her, you know, in the first raid. And then it's like, Farak now. Are we gonna kill Farak in the raid? Probably. I don't know. And then what? You know, I don't know. It just feels very, very, very rushed,
Yeah,
and like stuff is missing, which is, excuse me, which is really sad because, you know, when you look at Dragonflight, it's a good expansion. Like there's
yeah.
a lot of stuff to do, but it's just like it almost feels like in like at the beginning of Dragonflight, everything went really good. The story was good. Everything was really good. Then halfway through, it feels like they just missed something. Like they were rushed through it, or I don't know.
Yes. Also with
Yeah.
Khadgar. You know, Khadgar was there at the end of Razagav and saved us. And at the start of Dragonflight, hey, champions, hi, Kalegos, meet me up, and we have to save the world and everything. And then he was away. So,
Yeah, we
no
haven't seen
Khadgar.
him.
And now,
he-
in the last cinematic, there is he again. Where do you was? Snap
where
a
was
coffee
he?
with
I haven't-
Medivh?
I don't even think we've seen him in patch 10.2 yet. Did we? I don't remember now. I don't even want to spoil it. But yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, it is very odd. It's gonna be interesting to see like what is gonna happen. Like, did you see? Yeah, you did see. Like, we're getting patch 10.2.5 on the PTR probably right after BlizzCon. So we are definitely getting. I think we're definitely getting at 10.3, because 10.25 is probably releasing in January. It's my guess. If we test it right after BlizzCon, that means we have December and half of November. So maybe February. Start February.
Then you
Yeah.
have 10.27, and then you have maybe 10.275, like Shadowlands, because Shadowlands, the fated season,
Shadowland.
was
Oh, it was not a.
no, it's what it wasn't 9.3. It was 9.275.
Yeah, that's possible. That's very possible. That is going to be like that for
Yeah,
sure.
I think
Because I
so.
couldn't remember if it was a a point, a whole
Yeah,
number.
no,
factor,
it wasn't. It wasn't. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it will start the alpha and the beta of 11.0. So
I think
after
the
that.
alpha is in February as well, like usual.
Yeah.
I feel like because usually when they announce an expansion, we get a build in January that we cannot data mine, and then later, late January, start February, we get a data mineable build, and then the not PTR, the alpha starts.
Yeah.
So probably in February we will have the alpha, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to to see where the story is heading. and stuff like that. It's gonna be very interesting to see.
Yeah. Do you play Classic? No,
No.
no. Do you interesting in Classic Plus or Cataclysm Plus?
Not Cataclysm Plus, because I've played all of those expansions.
Yeah.
I've played, class vanilla. I've played, TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm. I played all of those expansions religiously. Like I woke up, I played, went to bed, kind of thing. Especially when I didn't have school.
We were
I
young,
played.
yeah, at this time.
Yeah, I was very young. So I played it a lot. No, Cataclysm, I'm not interested in. Classic Plus, yeah, I'm very interested in it, and it's definitely something I want to cover if it ends up being Classic Plus, which it kind of seems like we might be getting something, because there is obviously I don't know if you saw, but they released the scheduling for BlizzCon, like what time is what happening. And there were like Classic Plus, what's next for Classic Plus, not Classic Plus, what's next for Classic. So it could be, it could be. Sorry, I got distracted again because you wrote in the chat and I was reading what you wrote in Twitch chat.
Everything good.
What did I say? Now I lost my thought.
No problem. But what I see at the schedule plan for the BlizzCon is that they spend a really lot of time for World of Warcraft and a lot of time for World of Warcraft Classic Plus. And also, what's really sad, I like that they have partnered with streamers there and that they push them. And of course, it's cool. Yeah, I like the some of the streamers, and it's cool. But I loved from the last BlizzCon when we get a deep dive into music or a deep dive into animations. This is much better. And the thing is, on the stream section, they have, I think, 5 or 6 Classic Plus developers on stream for 3 hours. So they will show a lot.
Is that on the Blizzard stream or?
We don't know it. We don't know. On the schedule plan, I don't know where the page is right now. I saw it a few hours.
Personally, I would rather have Blizzard announce stuff than content creators.
Yes.
Like, I'm a content creator myself, but
yes,
why should we announce stuff? Blizzard should announce stuff, and content creators can ask questions about stuff afterwards. Content creators just shouldn't announce stuff. Like, who are you gonna pick? Why are you picking that guy or a girl or whoever? Why not me? Why not him? Why not her? Why not them? Why, So it's like, Blizzard should just announce it, and then if you get an interview, you can talk with one of the developers like usual.
Yes. I don't think they announced something like that because the streams are after the what's next panels.
Oh, okay.
So you have the first, the starting, the introduction. Then you have the what next World of Warcraft retail. Then I think Diablo and other. Then it comes WoW Classic, and after there comes.
You'll be able to play it. You'll be able to play Classic Plus if it's Classic Plus. You'll be able to play the next expansion. I kind of hope players at home will also be able to play it. Like, we had the option to play Classic Vanilla back in the day at home, even though you were not at BlizzCon. We had a weekend or something where you could play Vanilla.
Yes.
Classic. I hope they do something like that for Classic Plus. If it's Classic Plus, I don't know if it is. Also, I really hope they give more love to the Classic community, because I feel like they don't get enough love. Like,
true. That's really true, because they have a
Classic.
really big team for Classic Plus, and sometimes they talk a lot and get a lot of feedback. And now, I think a half year or a little bit more, they're shut up. They really doesn't talk anymore. Like, they have all an NDA and not allowed to talk about Classic anymore. It's crazy. And I know when they get Classic Plus, and now they don't talk anymore because maybe somebody talks things that they don't allowed to. But from really got good communication to 0 is too much.
Yeah, it started off really well, even with retail content creators.
Yeah.
Your community is so nice. They're just waving to people and stuff like that. When I look at other Twitch channels, nobody is talking to each other. They're just, trolling and
Hey,
stuff.
but-
Um, but yeah, it's like at the beginning they started communicating with content creators more, but it's like they don't do it anymore. I don't know why.
I also
Yeah.
that they stopped the what we talked last. I think we talked after the episode. They stopped the interview with Ian in the Discord partner Discord.
Yeah,
That's really bad because this was a really cool thing. You don't have an exclusive streamer. You have all content creators there if they want. This was a really nice thing, and we are all were able to hear Ian. And I loved if they would do it not only with Ian, also a Steve Danusa, also a Terran, or similar people. Why not?
Yeah.
Because this is a really, really cool thing, and everybody has the same informations. Why not? I
Yeah.
really don't get it because it was a really great thing.
Yeah, it was really cool. So just to be able to listen to Ian talk
Yeah.
in the Discord, and then afterwards you could talk to your community about it.
Yeah.
You could tweet. There were so many opportunities with it, which was really, really cool. I hope they continue to do it. I'm not sure why they stopped. Maybe they didn't have time. Maybe because I don't know. Like it could be so many different reasons.
Yes, of
Probably
course, of
time.
course, of course.
But
I don't want to tell that that's a bad decision. It's for me, right, personally, on my view, a bad decision. But maybe there were some, maybe bad content creators. They leak too early some things or something like that, and they have to stop it because every time you
I
have
don't
idiots
think
or
because
something like that.
I don't think they canceled it. I just think they haven't had time because it doesn't
Maybe.
matter what could people leak. Like you could
Nothing.
even tweet. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
nothing to leak. It's not like we were testing something that was
Maybe
super
pictures
secret.
or something like that about the who was into the channels or something. Because on the second time we get it, there was really, really, really a hard information. Don't took photos, don't took screenshots, don't took everything, or don't record it. Maybe some people break the rules. I don't know.
People just
It
don't have
may
respect. Some people
Yeah.
just don't have respect.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Of course. But when we get a Classic Plus, we have only this week, I think, 4 builds, 1.15. We have since April, I counted, we are around about 60 or 70 builds just for 1.15.
You're definitely gonna be able to play whatever 1.15 is at
Yes,
BlizzCon.
I think so.
110% you'll be able
Yeah.
to play it. If it's Classic Plus, if it's something else, whatever it is, you'll be able to play it at BlizzCon. 110%.
Yes.
It is probably Classic Plus, 110%. Because what else can it be? What else can 1.15 be? Like
Nothing.
what are they gonna do? Like they have to do they have, even if it's not as big as we think it is, like, oh, it's gonna be new raids, new dungeons, new zones. Maybe it's just something simple, but it's something new to Classic. We have hardcore, so it's nothing with hardcore. So it has to be something with vanilla. Even if it's we even had seasonal stuff, so it can't even be seasonal stuff. It has to be something with Classic Plus. I just don't know what else it could be. It's the only thing that makes sense. That it's Classic Plus. Yeah, and you will definitely be able to play it at BlizzCon.
Yes,
110%.
I think also. Maybe also the community at home will also be able to play like the WoW Classic the days back in the days. I think so.
It
Yes.
could
Yes.
be. I hope they do it like that because, for me, I'm not going to BlizzCon and I'm like, oh, I wish I was going to BlizzCon because
Yeah.
everybody is going to be there. Everybody is going to have fun, test the new games, and I'm just home here, not even being able to test games. So I hope they, test maybe Classic Plus.
Next time I will put you into my bag so you have no That's no problem.
Next time I have to go. I
Yes.
really want to go to Gamescom as well this summer, because the last time I was in Gamescom, it was maybe 10 years ago, 9
Yeah,
years ago. I don't know.
for me
Like one of
also,
the
yeah.
first Gamescoms, when Blizzard was there and they held, costume contests
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It was really cool. I know they don't do it anymore, but I,
No.
I really want to go to Gamescom as well. It's just fun, to meet people. A lot of
Mm.
the people from the WoW community is there.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, just meet people. It's
Yes,
really
of
fun,
course.
I
Yes.
think.
Yes, yes.
Um, yeah,
We have to
so
go
I
there,
hope.
yeah.
Yeah,
And also I made a news today about Cataclysm Plus. Not Cataclysm Plus. Cataclysm Classic. We have two we have two. Hey, Cataclysm Plus would really nice. So maybe Deathwing destroyed more or less. Hey, it would be cool. No. We have two items, a pet and a mount.
mm,
I think a promotion stuff for Cataclysm for the BlizzCon, because when they announce, they will announce it there at the what's next on WoW Classic, or maybe in the introduction, in the first in the start of the BlizzCon, maybe there. And the problem, what I think, I really loved Cataclysm. Really, it was an really great expansion and also great raids. The first time that we get the LFR, what really a nice feature, a feature with a big inclusion in the WoW community is. But the completely WoW Classic community, I don't think they won't play it.
yeah. Uh, I don't know how popular Cataclysm would be. Um, because everybody wanted the trio, right? The vanilla, the Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Lich King. And
Mm,
each time it has become less and less popular. Vanilla was the most popular,
yeah.
then CBC. I don't know how popular Wrath of the Lich King is. I don't know, but I doubt it's as popular as Classic was. Even CBC wasn't as popular as the Classic was. Nothing was that popular, but I think it just went down in popularity, and you
Yeah.
see people play hardcore because it's vanilla, and
Mm.
people love vanilla. Of course, they also love, see many empty servers on Wrath of the Lich King. So it's like I don't know if anybody would. Of course, somebody would play Cataclysm, but just not many people. So
Mm.
maybe they think maybe they're just gonna make some people happy with it and then focus on Classic Plus. Maybe they don't think there is a lot of work to do for for Cataclysm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
also because it's newer, so they probably have the bills and not
Yes, yes,
like
yes.
vanilla where they didn't have anything from
Yeah,
it. So
maybe they can start right now because it's a newer system.
yeah,
Especially when we get into World of Draenor, that it's an automatically, so you have just like 10, 15, 20 people who care about that stuff and can really focus on Classic Plus or something like that. Maybe this year. I definitely would look into Cataclysm, especially when we get into Mist of Pandaria Classic or Warlords of Draenor Classic. That I would love. Really. That I would play again. Mist of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor, because there was a lot of great stuff. Like the challenge mode, like the raids and something like that. But I think, yeah, it would. It's not popular.
sorry, I was messing with my light because I really do look like a ghost. Um, Yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe Classic Plus is gonna start with Mythic Plus with, with the classic dungeons. Maybe that's what 1.15 is at the beginning, even though I doubt it. I really think they are gonna add more than that because, they want to keep the classic community engaged. I think the classic
Mm,
community is the community that kinda I think they have a bigger amount of people playing than retail. Of
No,
course, I
I
might be
don't
completely
think.
wrong.
I
You
I
don't
really
think?
I think it's 70-30.
Really?
30% of the players are classic and 70 on retail. Yes, of course, definitely. I
Yeah, I
think,
thought
yeah.
it would be way, way more, but maybe I don't know because maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because we don't have those, you know,
Numbers.
the,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's hard,
that's
hard to
this.
see. But when they bring M plus or something like that, is it classic? It doesn't classic, eh? To bring the stress, to bring something like that into classic. When
Yeah.
I hear classic player talking about classic and what they like and something like that, it's definitely everything but not M plus or something like that. But what we see right now also in retail, that they bring back like Scarlet Monastery, that they bring back Sholomans or Naxxramas or something like that. I think it's only Upper Blackrock what's left, and the Temple of Atal Hakar is also what's left, and the old Suleiman or Zoguru braids. I think we can get in season 4 on retail a full rooster of M plus classic dungeons.
I
That
hope we
might be
do because
possible. And
classic
then,
dungeons would be really cool to have in Mythic Plus.
yeah,
Very
and then
cool.
yet and then it's not a problem to maybe put this into classic.
Yeah, it might be. Somebody in your chat mentioned maybe they're doing a raid overhaul with new mechanics, and they kind of did that with classic already. The bosses
Yes.
had new mechanics, so I don't think it's necessarily that, but I think we are probably gonna see something new because I don't think they would do such a big deal about classic if it was just something small. I really think we need to treat classic if classic plus is a thing. I think classic plus in their eyes is remaking the Warcraft game how they would do it today because you
Mhm.
can't really go back and say, oh, we're gonna redo TBC, we're gonna redo Wrath of the Lich
Yes,
King,
yes,
blah
yes.
blah blah blah. Um, and I don't necessarily think that they are gonna redo any of those expansions. Like I don't think we are gonna go back to Outland and Classic Plus. If we assume Classic Plus as a thing, I don't think we're gonna go to Northrend and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We are gonna experience something that they wanted to do that they haven't done. Maybe the Hyjal,
Yes,
the
yes, of
Hyjal
course.
zone that they had planned
Yes.
in vanilla. Sure, we did get Hyjal in the Burning Crusade as a raid, um, but maybe something like that, something that was cut. Like there were islands outside of Booty Bay in
Yeah.
Alpha, Vanilla Alpha.
Emerald Dream.
Yeah, there are so many things
Yeah.
that they could do that they just didn't have the time
But
to
I think
do
I
back in
don't think
vanilla.
also I read it a new timeline as a dark portal never happened. I
Yeah.
don't think they do this because I don't think they would break the lore. But they have a lot of things they can do till the dark portal. So when we look at classic and the way it goes through, yeah, Burning Crusade, we start the dark portal thing and something like that. Before you have a lot of things you can create, something like a raid or a dungeon or a whole expansion about the Defiers.
Mm.
Yeah, because the Defiers Brotherhood is a really big thing normally, but in game it's small because they don't can explain it so much. But when you use Classic Plus, you can make a whole area on the dead mines underground. You can make more dungeons about that, more story about that, or also the cool tyrant, um,
Mm.
Proudmore, and something like that. We know it happens, but it happens, we don't see it in game. So you can bring this in Classic Plus
Yeah.
without cutting out all the other things ever happened.
It's very true because that people would maybe even play it even more because let's say somebody asks you, "Oh, what happened with XYZ?" Then you can tell them, "Oh, just go play Classic Plus. The story is there."
Yeah,
So they can build, the in-betweens, the missing story that we don't
yeah,
have. Also, they have the Battleground Ashara. the entire zone, was it called Ashara? I don't remember. But the entire zone north of the Ogrimmar, it was never
Yep.
really used for anything in vanilla. Sure,
Yes.
you had quests, but it was supposed to be, there was supposed to be a battleground, that I think even a raid. Like, there's so much things they can do in Classic Plus that's really, really interesting. And it really makes me excited because, sure, the new expansion for retail is going to be really good as well, I bet. But Classic Plus, for some reason, excites me even more because, going back to the old lore, that all of us love so
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
and exploring the things that we didn't explore because we jumped, we went through the dark portal or whatever,
Yep.
So there's definitely stuff we can explore, which would be really interesting, I think.
Yes, and you have really a lot of stuff. Also, when you go
Yeah.
to the creator of Ongoro, we have now in the new books in 10.2, a few things there was written and tells us about the creator of Ongoro, about Aeona on the Loon, about the first world tree, and this you can show in Classic Plus. That is not a problem. So, or explain in Classic Plus. Or also, what I talked with a friend of mine about Zilitas. Yeah, we fight against Thitun, but
Yeah, Cthulhu.
after that, there was nothing. But we know after the fight, the battle was not over. There was a lot of scarab stuff and something like that. So you can create a whole campaign there. After defeating him, to play against his generals or something like that, and then when they are defeated, the I don't know how they what's the name for the pirate, the blood sail buccaneer. I don't know the name in English.
Do you mean the pirates that were red or what?
No, the pirates from they are against Ratchet, against the goblin, against the.
I know which ones you mean. I forgot their name as well.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I only know the German. Bloodsailbog. Yes, yeah, thanks. You can create a whole campaign with them, a whole expansion with them, because they are they're in the game for 19 years, and you have a lot.
I think if I don't think they should ever make expansions. I think Classic Plus should just be patches. Forget
Yes,
expansions.
yes,
Just make it in patches. Like,
like we have
with
now.
yeah, also with Madsen back, like, it's gonna be huge because he is the father of all, Warcraft lore that we
Yep.
love so much, and he's back. So, his knowledge and everything he couldn't do back in vanilla because maybe they were restricted, maybe they didn't have time, maybe other priorities, whatever.
Technically,
Yeah,
it was a lot of difference now.
yeah, he can go now back and actually tell the story that he wanted to tell, but didn't have, I don't know, because of reasons,
Yeah.
It really excites me that he's back and we potentially are getting a Classic Plus. It's just gonna be good. I'm definitely gonna play it. I didn't play Wrath of the Lich King. I leveled a bit. CBC I leveled, then I stopped. Vanilla I leveled as well. I didn't raid.
Yeah.
Like Classic, I mean.
Yeah.
But Classic Plus, if it's a thing, I'm definitely gonna play. Especially if you have
Yeah.
new lore, not new, but stuff they didn't show. I mean, can you imagine, maybe the Sundering or stuff like that? Going back to it's just there's so many cool things they can go back to that really makes me excited. It's
Do you
it's really interesting.
what do you think about when we have a classic, only classic, and they introduce the Blood Elves? We don't have Burning Crusade. We are in Classic Plus 1.15. I think it would be cool to put Silver Moon and the Ghostlands and Eversongwood also into the game, because for a new race
100%.
and Paladin for Blood Elves, but we are only in Classic, no Outland, something like that. And what we talk starting of this podcast, or High Elves, yes, of course, or High Elves. you talked about we talked about old bugs when Dev really passionate about after work. He talks when we really love it and do this stuff. I think this is what you talk right now about Chris Metzen. Chris Metzen now can go into it and really put his completely emotions and what he wants to do right now without any new add-on, any new expansion. Really patches like we have now in Dragonflight. So the 05, the 07 patches. When we have this in Classic Plus, every 2-4 months you get a small patch with a new campaign here. After a few patches, you get a dungeon here. After a few patches, you get a raid here. And then you have a story campaign here and a story campaign here. Something like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, even though you said about a silver moon. I mean, maybe they add silver moon, but it's not destroyed. You know, that could also be cool. Because half of this other silver moon is destroyed because
Yeah.
because of the Lich King came and yeah, all
Yeah.
all of that stuff that happened.
And they maybe they do it because they do a revamp in retail, then they have it and can use it in Classic Plus. Why not?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, because
work for both. And
classic is on. I think it's on Dragonflight. I don't know if Fabian is here still, but uh, I think it's on Dragonflight's client, as far as I remember. The classic is now on Dragonflight's
yeah, I
client,
think also, yeah.
so they can definitely use it if they make something on
Yeah.
one game. They can definitely use it on the other one. I don't think it would be a problem. It's going to be interesting. I'm very excited for Classic
Yeah.
Plus. I'm
Would you-
really excited because it has so much potential. And sure, I'm also very excited for retail
Yeah,
because we cover retail stuff. So I'm also very excited to see where the lore is going to go. I'm also very excited to see, they're going to announce, see, they have the same base, classic.
Yes.
Their base, they're gonna announce the next expansion. Is that gonna intervene with the story, or what if that cinematic there is probably not? But what if that cinematic they show us at BlizzCon is gonna spoil something about Dragonflight? Maybe we see what is he called? I forgot his name. The big bad dragon, the leader of them all.
Galacron.
Yeah. Maybe they will show him in the cinematic, and then we know, oh, he's gonna be one of the bosses in the next expansion. So the dragons, maybe they spoil something, which was really saw. Yeah, Idrikron. Yeah, exactly.
You mean from
Yeah,
from the Primals? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they spoil something, in the cinematic, announcing cinematic for the next expansion. Also with Tyr coming maybe to an end now, the quest line is also going to be interesting. Like, yeah, it's going to be interesting at BlizzCon.
Yes.
For sure.
When
You just have to enjoy it. Then you're going alone, right? Or
yes, I'm completely alone there. Really, I know nobody there. Really hard for me. Especially because I have a lot of chaos the last days because my flight now goes 1 day earlier because they changed it and I have to deal with it. And I tried a lot of times to talk to the hotel I have there and I don't get them. And now I get them and can book my hotel room 1 day earlier. And they took extra money for that. Yeah. And now it's more expensive and more expensive. And it's really chaos. The last day really completely
you just
chaos.
need to go to the parties, the creator parties. There are different creator parties. Just go to them. Like
hard for me. Hard for me.
No, I mean just so you can get to know people. Not even due to the parties. I don't like parties
So
either.
I have a great idea. Next year you come with me, and then we two go to the parties. I think that's a good deal. Yeah.
I'm gonna go next year, 110%. Like
Okay.
I need to. Like you said, it's the 20th anniversary of the game.
Yes.
It's gonna be very huge.
Yeah.
And
I think
really
so.
want to. It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Another question because I'm really burning on it. on your idea right now on Classic Plus, because I really see your emotion when we talk about that, and I really love that. Where we go in Classic Plus, yeah, and we go patches and patches and patches. Do you think it's good to stay on level 60? It's good to stay on the talents we have, putting no more talents into it, no more levels into it. Just hold the maybe a few of balancing, something like that, but don't touch the classes. Do you think it's a cool idea?
Yes and no. I think it's also very cool. I'm not even. Yeah, maybe. I think new talents. Yeah, it's really hard because if they add new talents, you also want to level,
Mm.
which kind of would ruin classic. I feel
Yes, of
like
course.
it just wouldn't feel classic.
Yeah.
But what if it's 60, but you like with Diablo, you level Paragon
Yeah.
levels and you
Yeah.
unlock, new skills or something like that. I don't
Then
know,
you
but
have a grind factor. I think
yeah,
it's not classic. Like then you
it's
have
not
something like the artifact weapon in Legion. That's nearly
yeah.
the same system.
I think they are gonna add new levels. I think they are gonna I think they're gonna treat it like expansions. So they're probably gonna add, you know, new levels. They're probably gonna add new talents. One thing I hope
Mm.
they will never add is flying. Don't add flying. Like never add flying. It's really bad for the
Yes.
game. Because when you don't have flying, you actually experience the world. You ride on your mount
Yes,
and you
yes, yes,
experience.
yes.
Sure, it's
But
really
the
cool to
problem,
see on the air.
I think they think the same way. And started every expansion. No, you just can't really fly. You have to wait, or you have not the amount of dragon skills and something like that. But that is a bad way, because you had in the past you can fly. In every expansion, I cannot fly. This is I don't know. I really don't know. That's bad. I really would love when we had never fly, when we are never able to fly. That would be a really good thing. But now they add fly. They cannot start every expansion. No, now we have a big storm, and in this big storm, you are not able to fly.
Yeah,
Really,
you
really,
just suddenly forgot how to how to fly all
hey,
of a
really.
sudden.
That's
It's like you lost your you
yes,
lost your mind or something and forgot how to fly. But the funny thing is, back in the Burning Crusade, I remember I remember so much of Burning Crusade because I loved it. But everybody was happy with flying. Like
yes.
everybody was so hyped when we could fly. I remember, grinding for the Nether Drakes on that little island, finding those eggs, and yes, yeah, man. Flying was really cool back then. I don't know what happened. Like
But it was a different zone.
it was,
When you
yeah,
look in the Outlands, yeah, we are now we make now our time lost event, and we spend a lot of time in the Outlands right now, and we have just have the because we are level 30, and at level 30 you only have the slow flight, and when you go through the Outlands with a slow flight, you are not so high. When you fly, you're really near the ground. When I take this with maybe Shadowlands, Battle for Azeroth is a good. In Battle for Azeroth, you are really not so near the ground. It's really different. You can more interact with somebody who flies in Outlands than somebody who's flying in Battle for Azeroth. I don't know really why, but I see it right now. It's a really cool thing. But another bad thing we find right now, we in our event, in our time lost event, where we only play at level 30 on retail, we have a race, a giveaway race, yeah, with partnered with Blizzard, and for the first guy who make all quests in Outlands, yeah, the achievement, and also Blizzard was into it, yeah, they planned it with us and something like that, and during this race, we find out that it's not possible to do. Because at level 30, what especially is Outlands, you're not able to have the fast flying, but you need on Shadow Moon Valley the fast flying for the Nether Wings, because without you don't have the quests. It is really bad. You have to be 40 to do all quests in Shadow Moon Valley, but Burning Crusade is level 30.
That's very weird.
Yeah.
It must be some oversight from their side. I mean, that's very odd that you need either remove that, remove the restriction or make, fast flying at level 30. One of the other, because
yeah, I reported because you're not able to do the quest because you can when you go to the Netherwing starting quest, on the south on Shadow Moon Valley, he talks to you. Oh, you have to come back to me when you learn the faster flying. It stands right there in the quest. It was originally also in Burning Crusade that you need fast flying to do this quest. But yeah, they have to remove it. Really, they have to remove it because it's really bad.
Like somebody is saying in your chat, like when you have flying at the beginning of an expansion, you literally don't notice any of the details that somebody put into, the world, because you just fly everything.
No, I don't think so.
I think so, especially with dragon riding. Like there's so much detail you will never see.
Yeah, but especially with dragon riding, a lot of times I use my ground mount when I'm in some zones. Also, I really lot of flight paths. I don't use my dragon riding mount. I know a lot of my people out of my community love the change in 10.2 that you get the normal fly. The only thing they pissed off is that you have to do again the Pathfinder. Yeah, because they want it.
They shouldn't. We shouldn't have to do Pathfinder again.
Yes.
They said they didn't like Pathfinder, and now they are adding it to the game again.
I don't know why.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Because
really
it's inclusion. Using the normal flying is inclusion to a lot of people who are not able to use dragon riding. Because I have a lot of people
about that, but yeah,
I had a lot of people who are not able to use dragon riding here because it's too fast, or they cannot work, or it's the immersion motion sickness. I talked to one of the women in the team, in the dev team, who talks about inclusion. That was a woman. She also works at the Niffen, at the Noise, that they implemented a toy you can use that you don't hear this sniffing, yeah? And she tried, or her team tried to put more things to the motion thickness. That you can put on options or off options that you get into the dragon riding. But still a lot of people's talk to me that they're not able to use it.
Yeah. Somebody raided you.
Yeah, thanks for the raid.
Yeah.
I hope in the future.
It's good that normal flying is back. It's something that should have been from the start there.
Yes, of course. And also with I think we are over it right now in retail. There is no way to bring back no flying. So there is no way still. But you're right. Never put it in Classic Plus. Because
never put it in Classic Plus. You cannot remove it from retail. People are too used to it. We have a mount collection with a ton of mounts, flying mounts. Everybody wants dragon riding now as well in the old world, so it's never going away in retail. But never put it on, on Classic Plus. If Classic Plus happens,
Yes, of course. But yeah. And also we have now more than 1.5 hours.
You have.
We can talk. I think the next 3 hours is not problem.
We can stop now, so you can continue your stuff that you have planned.
Yeah. Finally, one last question. What is your? I think I asked you the last episode, but I now some things happens. I ask you again because BlizzCon is next week. The reel of the next expansion. What do you think? What is it? Avalon or something like that? What?
Yeah, I
what do
think
you
it's Avalon.
It's Avalon. Okay, cool. Because after BlizzCon, I can hit you on that and say, no, you talk this.
Yeah, I really think it is. Everything is pointing towards it, like the API leak. You know, there's just so much, and it would make so much sense if it is. I mean, yeah.
I think also.
It would be, yeah, and thank you that you guys think that it's interesting to hear us speculate over things.
Yeah, and also it's no problem. We talked at the start of this episode that we do this more every 3-4 weeks, something like that. When we have time together, because I also think that's really really nice to talk with you. And it's also not a problem on my Discord or when it's on a YouTube or something like that. You can also add questions or something like that, so to different things, and maybe we can mention it. We can go on it or through it or something like that. Also, I think after the BlizzCon, we have a ton of stuff because then the next PDR and then the Alpha start, and yeah, I think the next year will be amazing. Also, when Classic Plus is, I think there is a lot of stuff, a ton of stuff we can discuss in the next episode. So when you have questions or something like that, feedback, or you don't like my English, just write it in the comments.
Yeah, thank you guys for saying all those kind words. But yeah, if you guys have questions, I'm sure Marcel can make I don't know, a channel where people can ask for when the two of us talk or something, and then we can also, you know, if I'm sure people have some questions they want to ask, and we can always talk about it if they have questions about some features in the game, new features and stuff like that. So yeah, it's whatever. Like, I'm happy to talk about what the chat want to talk about. So yeah, yeah, definitely.
And make sure to follow all his channels on X or Twitter or how it called in the next few months. On Blue Sky is also there. On YouTube especially, a really really good short channel. They have a lot of shorts, really good shorts about the models. On Instagram, he's also. Yeah, I think that was. I think that was everything.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Yes, of course. And yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
that.
you. Yeah, thank you for having me, and it was fun as always. And I'm looking forward to the next time. Yeah, we'll speak to you.
And we see us in
And
the
have a good
next.
birthday stream.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
We see us.
Bye, guys.